Welcome back everyone. Today we're continuing our visit to every zoo in the country with a trip to Dartmoor Zoo. This is a triple species paddock, capybara, Amur and greater rhea. Obviously all from South America. It's a huge amount of space for them. Scratch what I just said, this is actually a 4 species paddock, I've just not seen the 4th species yet. Apparently there are tapir in here. Great information signs telling you how endangered the animal is. Also, did you know facts? I didn't know this, peccaries are defended with canines that are used to attack jaguars and puma. There's a sign about parking at your own risk with a picture of a peafowl. Now where I work there are peafowl and they are famed for attacking your car if they see their own reflection. Maybe they're hinting something. We have a dual species African paddock with Grant zebra and ostriches. Trix, one of these two little meerkats here, has an injured paw, so I think they've been separated from the other group while they recover. We've got some great foraging behaviour with these old logs. I'm trying to pull them apart to get grubs out. Information boards on how you can help native species. Here we have hedgehogs. This is a pottery enclosure. It's just in the entranceway over there. It's not come out. What I love though is it has a mirror for enrichment down there. I'm hoping to get a better look at him. I've never seen one of these before. We got lucky. Here it is. We've just been informed by a volunteer that they used to have a female pottery and they have had successful breeding here. She passed away last year. They're now in the lookout for getting another one so they continue breeding. This is the Amur leopard enclosure. Got great common frames, really dense. We have seen her up there, apparently there's a second male which we've not seen. But the information board is really informative, but it points out there's only 100 of them left in the wild. That's incredibly sad. Okay, I knew Asian small-clawed otters like pebbles. I did not know that if they find their true love, it can stay with them for their entire life, and they pass them down to younger members of the family. Future developments. So we can't see them at the moment. This is their Serval enclosure. They have two. The first, Churchill, was rescued from the Cat Survival Trust when they were having issues. And not to keep them alone, Port Lyme have then provided a female. So there's actually two Servals in here now. We've not seen him, but one of their Carpathian lynx is in here being crate trained, ready to be moved abroad as part of a breeding program. There are baby meerkats in the other enclosure.
Are you the official account of the group? I think so, yeah.
Dartmoor Zoo is the zoo that's in the We Bought a Zoo book and filmed by the same name. What's fascinating is when we were with the jaguars, we encountered a keeper who told us a story about when the jaguar escaped and made it into the tiger enclosure. He actually had the skull of the jaguar that was in that incident. Now, the jaguar didn't die in that incident, it was anaesthetised and rescued and put back into the enclosure when it was repaired. It died later, euthanized due to age and ill health. But it's just fascinating to have a keeper who was here at the incident. Like, he wasn't just telling us of the story, he was there when it happened. Like, he is part of the reconstruction of that enclosure to make it more suitable. This all took place when the zoo was purchased. It is in the book, if you read the book. That scene is not in the film. The film is a bit looser on the story, and there's a story in there about a keeper going over a big cat. That's more or less what they substitute that for. But it's fascinating to have actually seen somebody who took part in that incident. Well, that brings us to the end of our time out, Dartmoor Zoo. Brilliant zoo. Going great steps to improve the zoo from what it was in the past. Loads of future projects going on. There's all sorts of enclosures that are being renovated, new ones being added, like the new meerkat enclosure. Things haven't got animals in yet, like the bit for the pine martens and the British wildlife they're building. So it's great to see a zoo making those steps forward. Okay, it's a fantastic day out, well worth a visit. It has gone a long way to making the homes of these animals brilliant and taking part in the conservation work that they are doing. Thank you for joining me today, guys. Hope to see you next time. Bye.